Hello, hello. Myself Sanjay from the Assam Royal University. Greetings, Honorable Speaker, sir. Today I stand before you strongly opposing the motion put forward by my fellow proposers and members. Well, Honorable Speaker, sir, if a chameleon would have been present in this moment of time, the chameleon would have felt scared of his abilities going down. Because the statements of the proposition bench members changes faster than a chameleon changes its color. It's the proposition bench members who came here and highlighted the fact that three major factors are at this moment of time, that is health, education and social sectors are important to counter China's dominance. But it's the same proposition bench members statements which then further implies that we have to look into other alternative solutions like tech and etc., which are also essential, which their own contradicting their own statements. Honorable Speaker, sir, at this moment of time, if we look into, as the proposition bench members are highlighting, how China developed in a very proper way. How China developed into in a very proper way, I'll highlight few of the major keywords, how China developed and what India is missing and which should have been implemented in this. Because in this moment of time, the motion only segregates a few major segments which is important for global development. If we talk about a tree, a banana tree, it's very huge. It's very huge, but when we just look above the soil, you can see major few very big stems going downwards the soil. Those three are right now, as per the proportion bench members, are the social sectors, health and education. But when we go down the soil, we can see a lot of roots which are embedded within the soil which holds that tree. That tree is India's economy, and all those three bigger stems are the social sector, health and education, and the small sectors are like technology, education and other small manufacturing which are equally important. If this moment of time, if we first of all look in the factor, that famine which highlighted China's economic downwards. China first focused on its agricultural reforms. After they confirmed their agricultural reforms, then we further moved into. And at this moment of time, agricultural reform, if we talk about the MSP, the farmer protests which have been going on in India, it's a major factor that we are unable to produce a surplus. Once we raise as a surplus, it will help us to grow enough for a further reason and develop up that we are not developing a fermentation. After that has been developed, we have to look into the education sector. Yes, the education sector which the proportion bench members have already highlighted. But that education sector does not completely mentions about which is being taught in our universities. If we talk about China or the People's Republic of China, here when I talk about People's Republic of China, the very reason I talk about People's Republic of China is because in this world, if we talk about China, we sometimes get confused between two different countries. One is the People's Republic of China and second is the ROC, that is the Republic of China, which is also known as Taiwan. And here, if we just confine to China, we'll be developing a confusion among ourselves. Are we talking about the China, which is the People's Republic of China, or the Republic of China, which is the ROC? At this moment, TVEs, that is the technical vocational subjects or which are solutions which have been developed by China, are very important. Here, when we talk about handlooms, or in Assam, when we talk about the Assamese Gamosa, which is a pride of ours. But when we see that this have a very good future perspective and globalized perspective, but why are we not able to scale it up? Because technical vocational education is what we are missing. Within that education which we are talking, a technical perspective is important. And here, if we talk about this very example of this region itself, Jorhat Engineering College, that have patented around the bimetallic thermal diode, which bimetallic thermal diode is now being utilized in many semiconductor industries, and now which is being further utilized and getting affiliated with MOUs which have been signed by the US companies, and now we have been scaling up and helping in our semiconductor industry. And these are the sectors which we have to develop and not just confined to just one thing. Honorable Speaker, sir, I'll end my statements by just looking into the statements of the proposition bench member who are blindfolded into their own statistics. I'll just end with the statement of Albert Einstein, which states that some people use statistics like a drunken man uses lamppost for support rather than actual life. Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker, sir. Thank you so much, Honorable President.
Thank you, Honorable Member.